Feel like lucid be my dreams. Said you steady love me, so I'm sure you know the means. It's like I'm living all inside a movie in a dream. Sequels to my life entirely up to me. Slowly suffocating, do you notice how it feels? Baby, can you help me while I'm running through the field? Like hills that have the eye, but I do not think they see me. Even if they do, then I guess gon' have to kill me.
I love these fucking psycho ass videos, bro. Holy shit.
Alright.
William Fisher. On April 10, 2001, a house in Scottsdale, Arizona, burst into flames. Inside, police found the bodies of Mary Fisher and her two children, Brittany and Bobby, 12 and 10 years old, respectively. Missing from the home was their husband and father, Robert William Fisher. Fisher, a former Navy man, firefighter, and hospital worker, had a troubled past. After his parents split up when he was 15, he became very controlling. Friends said he was mean and cold to his family. He once sprayed his wife with a garden hose for speaking out of turn and threw his children into water to teach them to swim. The night before the fire, neighbors heard a loud fight from the Fisher home. Police think Fisher killed his family, pulled the gas line from the furnace, and lit a candle to start the fire later. By the time the house caught fire the next morning, Fisher had a 10-hour head start. 10 days later, Mary's Toyota was found in Tonto National Forest, 100 miles north of Scottsdale, with the family dog still alive beside it. After many searches of the nearby woods and caves, Fisher was nowhere to be found. On June 29, 2002, Fisher was added to the FBI's 10 most wanted list, and for nearly 20 years, people reported seeing him across North America, but none of these tips led to catching him. Some think Fisher died in the woods, while others believe he got away, maybe to Mexico. In November 2021, the FBI took Fisher off their top 10 list because the publicity didn't help find him. Though no longer on the list, he is still wanted for 3 murders and arson. Carla Homolka.
Wait, he never got found?
What?
He never got found? Are these all niggas who didn't get found?
Is that all like the... It's not as bad as the Zodiac Killer, I'm not gonna lie.
They found out who he was, though.
But after he died, no?
Yeah, after he died.
That's such a fucking useless...
That nigga was pulling up in a fucking mask. The nigga was treating this shit like the nigga was moving like the Joker, bro. You know, that nigga's pulling up in mask. He see niggas having sex. He's like, fuck! Do start shooting niggas, bro.
Did you know that the recent Batman movie, the Riddler, is inspired by the Zodiac Killer?
Yeah, I wouldn't be fucking surprised. That nigga was sending that. I think the Riddler's literally based off of that nigga. That nigga was sending the.
No, because okay, when did the Zodiac Killer? What years was he a serial killer?
I don't fucking know.
I think it was like the 80s. The Riddler's older than that, I think, as a character. But the actual one from the movie, is based off the Zodiac Killer.
Zodiac Killer. Cause yo, that nigga, he was literally killing niggas. Yeah, in the 60s. He was literally killing niggas, and then he was giving the fucking police like codes and riddles and shit to crack.
1993, Carla Homolka was given just 12 years in prison for her part in some of Canada's most shocking crimes.
Oh my god, we already
soon
know
call
about
this the deal with the devil when they learned how deeply involved she really was. Between 1990 and 1992, Homolka and her husband Paul Bernardo and killed at least 3 young women, including Homolka's own 15-year-old sister, Tammy.
Let's really break this down. She helped him rape her own sister and got only 12 years in prison, and murdered other women that they were convicted for.
No, niggas in here be getting crazy shit, bro. Like, yo, you know that one shorty? Not the one shorty. That one nigga was on the train, right, in Canada, right? I mean, not the Greyhound. He was on that bus that goes city to city, right?
Yeah.
This nigga a nigga was sleeping beside him. You all just sit in your seats. Bro, he got up and just fucking... he just fucking... cut this nigga's head off. Like, decapitated him.
When was that?
Like, I think 08. Cut this nigga's head off.
Okay.
And then started eating this nigga's eyes out and shit on the bus.
What did he use to decapitate him?
I think it was like a big ass knife. Like, he just cut his head. Bro, he started cutting his neck, slit his neck, cut his head off, right? Started eating his face. Everyone evacuated off the bus. They had like a 5-hour standoff with this nigga, and he was just standing in the bus. They arrested him. Bro, this nigga did like 7 years and got out.
7 years?
Yeah, bro. They're like, he was schizophrenic. He got out. He's chilling right now.
Hey, he's probably in a mental institute.
No, he got out 7. Like, he did 7 years in the institution and got out. Fucked.
Bro, that's actually insane. In the States, they're death penalty. In some states, they're just throwing them straight to death row.
The last video I watched of this, this girl smoked weed with a nigga, got fried, went into psychosis, and stabbed her boyfriend 100 times. And I swear to God.
I'm sorry.
And then stabbed and killed the dog. Her own dog. They're at her crib. God, bro. She stabbed this nigga 106 times, stabbed the dog, and then stabbed herself 40 times. They had to break her arm with the baton for her to stop stabbing herself. And then she went and got no jail time.
From weed? She got a psychosis? That was just a weed psychosis?
Yes.
Was it laced?
No. And then the very next video after that, the very next one, like, you see how it goes part by part? Yeah. The very next one after that, it was in 2 niggas who were off ecstasy or Molly or whatever the fuck. Bro, they were so high off of it, they went into like a fight of the death. And this nigga this nigga killed this nigga. This nigga killed this nigga and ripped his chest open. And like took his heart out and started cooking his heart and eyes and shit.
What?
Yeah. But listen how fucked this is, right?
Oh.
Listen how fucked this is though. This is what I'm saying. This shit was fucked. The girl got no time in jail for stabbing a nigga 100 times and shit and killing the dog and shit. That nigga, even though they were on a way stronger drug than that shorty was on, the shorty was on weed. They were on a way stronger drug and they both did a fight to the death. They both agreed to fight each other. That nigga got like 47 years. Same states, both in California.
What the fuck, bro?
Bogus.
Maybe crime. Wait, no. I was gonna say maybe it's because it's more brutal, but I'm saying I think the stabbing's more brutal, and the dog too. She should have gotten like some sort of animal.
Yeah.
You get jail for killing.
Yeah,
a dog.
I would say the other niggas was more brutal, but she killed a dog, killed that nigga, and it was on weed. That nigga.
But how did she survive stabbing herself 40 times?
I don't know. She barely survived. She was crazy though, but yeah, she got like
even
no
worse
time for
was that the
shit.
couple recorded their attacks on video.
Boyfriend
On December
died,
23rd, 1990, she helped
Yeah.
Bernardo drug Tammy with animal tranquilizers she stole from the vet clinic where she worked. They raped Tammy while she was knocked out, and she died.
They did
dressed
that
the
shit
body.
together.
Yes,
No fucking
bro.
free, yo, niggas is really tapped in the head. You rape your own fucking sister, nigga, with your boy. What the fuck, like, bro, I'm trying to tell you, like, I tell y'all niggas every time we need to bring back public executions, bro. No shit.
Hid evidence and called 911, making the death look like an accident.
Fam, you have to remember. Oh, fuck. Yo, you have to remember. Bro, niggas wouldn't do the shit they do if we could publicly stone niggas. Think about it. Bro, niggas back in the day used to get big ass boulders, throw it, that shit used to go boom on a nigga. And it's just 100 niggas
Throwing rocks at people, but see, this obviously it's not ethical, but like still, like no, okay, technically it didn't stop people from doing crimes, but I think it definitely made a lot more people be hesitant to commit crimes, for sure, 100%.
Yeah, like, bro, in Jamaica, you do some shit to a kid, nigga, they cut off your meat and put it in your mouth, nigga. I swear to God. I swear to God. They captured the nigga and shove it in his mouth, nigga.
I believe you.
Couple went on to kill Leslie Mahaffey in June 1991 and Kristen French in April 1992, respectively 14 and 15 years old.
Holy
Both girls
fuck.
were held for days, repeatedly raped and hurt before being killed. Mahaffey's body was sealed in concrete. French was found with her hair cut off to make her harder to
Does
identify.
a nigga even know how to seal a nigga in concrete?
I have to ask you a question. Do you think allegedly, do you think, because it's a little bit of a side note, do you think allegedly David did it? Like the actual
Oh, for sure.
committed it?
I don't want to say for like
allegedly for sure.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
like I was just saying earlier that like the reason I never say for a fact the nigga did it, like I always believe in innocent till proven guilty, is because the one case that I didn't apply that logic to was Duty Low.
No, unless it.
Like I'm saying, the Duty Low case, bro. This nigga's he had a little girl who came out. He was with a girl, right? They broke up. The girl had a son, and then the shorty came out and said he was doing weird shit to my son. He put like screws and shit on my son's like back part and shit. And then she recorded the son, taught her talking to the son. He said, "What did he do to you? What did he do to you?" And the kids are crying and shit. And it sounded so real. I'm there like, yo, that nigga did it. And I was always a nigga who was like, yo, I believe in innocent till proven guilty. But the way the kid was crying, I'm like, nah, he did that shit. Gang, it came out she lied on that nigga and coached the kid say it. And then he beat it, and then he went and sued her for defamation and won that. So ever since then, I don't want to say a nigga did it, but this David shit looks crazy.
See, that's what I'm saying though. It's like my issue is that even let's say
he
gets the greatest lawyers of all time and he somehow beats it while still being guilty, right?
He still has a PDF.
And like let's say I post something and it goes viral, and I get sued for defamation because he now beat the case and he can actually.
No, that won't happen because
No?
you're covering an ongoing case. So like, say.
But don't I have to say allegedly if I'm like actively
Defamation is
saying
still
something?
defamation is actually hard as fuck to win. Like that's why when that nigga Johnny Depp won that shit, I know we're yapping a lot, my fault, but like, yo, when Johnny Depp won that defamation shit, you know what? It's hard, my nigga, because like you have to not only prove they lied, you have to prove they intentionally lied, like.
True.
And then you have to prove that they did it with malicious intent. Yeah. So it's hard as fuck to prove. So even if they're like, oh, yo, you said this, you could have been like, yo, I'm just going off of the sources and the evidence that were provided. Like, I didn't knowingly lie to harm this nigga's career. Like, they wouldn't be able to win that case. But yeah,
When
bro,
police finally linked Bernardo to the crimes, Homolka claimed she was an abused wife forced to take part. She made a deal for a shorter sentence if she testified against her husband. Only after the deal was made did police find videos showing Homolka was a willing and eager participant. Despite public anger, the deal couldn't be undone. Homolka was freed from prison on July 4th, 2005. She later married her lawyer's brother, had 3 children, and moved to Quebec, where she reportedly lives quietly under a new name.
Wow.
Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker.
Oh yeah. I heard about that. There's a video of her leaving her kids' school because she has kids now, and one of the moms from the school is recording her saying like, "You should be ashamed of yourself" and shit. Like, how are you around my kids?
How did she?
Homolka was freed from prison on July.
She should still be registered as a offender. Like, why the fuck can she fucking go on school campuses and shit?
Because
Are fully R-worded multiple little girls and shit.
Yeah, she should be fully on the list, bro.
July 4th, 2005. She later married her lawyer's brother, had 3 children, and moved to Quebec, where she reportedly lives quietly under a new name. Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. On August 31st, 1985, Richard Ramirez was caught in East Los Angeles after killing for 16 months across California.
I think I know
The 25-year-old man
is.
from Texas had killed at least 14 people and attacked many more. Ramirez's crimes began in April 1984, but people really took notice in 1985 when he killed several people in a short time. He would break into homes at night, shoot the men first, then
I watched a movie based on him.
Yeah.
I think I know
and
who that
sometimes
is. I know
kill
who
the
that
women.
is.
What made him extra scary was the fact that he didn't plan who to attack, as he just picked homes that looked easy to get into. During his attacks, Ramirez often made survivors swear on Satan, and sometimes drew devil symbols on walls.
Yo, that's psychotic, bro.
Yeah.
He didn't even plan the attacks. He just walked into people's
Yeah,
cribs.
son.
He just dead ass walking into
Victims'
people's
bodies.
cribs. That's
He'd like to
crazy,
tell
bro.
victims he was the Night Stalker before hurting them. The case was solved when 13-year-old James Romero III saw Ramirez outside his family's house and remembered details about his car. The next night, after attacking another couple, Ramirez left a footprint from a special type of shoe. A fingerprint found in his stolen getaway car finally showed who he was, and his photo was put in the news. When Ramirez's face showed up in newspapers, some people on the street recognized him. They chased and caught him, beating him badly before police came to arrest him. In 1989, Ramirez was found guilty of 13 murders, 5 attempted murders, 11 sex attacks, and 14 break-ins. He got the death penalty, but wasn't sorry, telling reporters, "Death always went with the territory." He died of cancer while still in prison in 2013, never saying sorry for what he did. Joe Exotic. On September.
Another lore about him, he went on a dating show, and then he wanted. It's like a dating show with a shorty, right? And it's like, you know, like, not kind of like a Family Feud where they're all on a stage and shit.
Yeah.
And she talks to each person. They hide behind like a little drape thing.
She survived it though.
Yeah. So he ended up winning.
Yeah, I
And
saw the movie. Yeah.
after they talked backstage, like, I guess the show they took a date, like they pay for their date. She talked to this nigga, was like, this nigga's a weirdo, and then never went on a date with this nigga. Saved her fucking life.
November 7th, 2018,
Joe Exotic
was arrested in
this
Florida.
freaky deaky
The
nigga
zoo
on the
owner
list.
and self-named Tiger King would later be found guilty of trying to hire someone to kill his enemy, animal rights worker Carol Baskin. Joe Exotic ran the Greater Wynwood Zoo in Oklahoma from 1999 to 2018. What began as a simple place to honor his dead brother grew into a zoo with over 200 tigers.
200
To pay
tigers
for
is
it all,
demonic.
Joe bred baby tigers for people to pet and take photos with at shows. His fight with Carol Baskin started in 2009 when she tried to stop his baby tiger business. Baskin's Big Cat Rescue got volunteers to email places hosting his shows, causing many to cancel. Joe fought back by making YouTube videos where he said bad things about Baskin and even claimed she had killed her missing husband. Things got worse when Baskin won a $1 million lawsuit against him in 2013. Also, Joe's zoo reportedly had many problems. Workers said Joe fed his animals old meat from Walmart, killed 5 healthy tigers to make room for more baby tigers, and kept animals in bad conditions. The government cited the zoo many times for breaking animal welfare laws. By 2017, with money problems and losing control of his zoo to business partner Jeff Lowe, Joe became desperate. He offered $3,000 to a worker to kill Baskin and later paid an undercover FBI agent $10,000 to do the same. After his arrest, he was sentenced to 22 years in prison for trying to have Baskin killed and for breaking wildlife laws. While in prison, Joe became famous when the Netflix
a girl though, she's also kind of fucked.
I feel like she packed her husband.
Yeah, bro.
show Tiger King came out in March
'Cause if
2020.
you feed
Despite
into
his
the
new
tigers,
fame
how
and
would they
asking
know?
for a presidential pardon, he is still in federal prison, now serving
They
a
eat the
shorter
bones and
21-year
everything, bro.
sentence.
They eat everything.
John Wayne Gacy.
This nigga's a
On
freak.
December 21st, 1978, police searched the home of John Wayne Gacy in Chicago and found the bodies of 29 young men and boys buried in the space under his house.
I didn't know
Gacy,
it was
a
that.
businessman
I didn't know that was true. I didn't know that part was.
who
thing,
also
bro.
performed as a
That's
clown, had
fucked.
killed at least 33 males between 1972 and 1978. He had a
Like, I
simple
need you to
but deadly
understand.
way.
Imagine there's 33 motherfuckers in this room right now. Nigga, this shit would be crammed. Nigga, you couldn't move.
That's insanity,
Like,
bro.
yo.
Wait, what was the time period though? Go back. I want to see the time period. that
9
he
young
did it.
men and boys buried in the space under his house.
I think it was
Gacy, a
19
businessman who also performed as a clown, had killed at least 33 males between 1972 and 1978.
Bro,
He had a
6
simple
years
but deadly
only,
way of
bro?
catching victims. He would
Yo,
offer them
33
jobs.
people in 6 years is insane. That's fucking crazy.
Bro.
That's insanity, bro. And have you seen I saw a part of the documentary and they kind of showed like the details of the things he would do, and it was like fucked. Like he would like brutally abuse these people. Like it was fucked.
He's a fucking weirdo. And he used to dress up
drinks,
as a clown
drugs,
and
or
shit.
money to get them
Real
to his
life
house.
Joker,
Once
nigga.
there, he would trick them into putting on handcuffs, claiming it was part of a magic trick. After they were tied up, he would sexually attack and hurt his victims before killing most of them with a rope, which he called his rope trick. What made Gacy's crimes extra scary was his double life. During the day, he ran a successful business, was involved in local politics, and performed as Pogo the Clown at children's hospitals and charity events. This is why people later called him the Killer Clown. While seeming normal to everyone who knew him, and while being loved in his community, he was secretly killing young men and burying them under his house. Police began looking into Gacy when 15-year-old Robert Peast went missing after saying he was going to meet a contractor about a job.
sad,
When
bro.
police found out this contractor was Gacy, they learned he had been convicted earlier for attacking a teenage boy in Iowa. As they found more evidence, they got permission to search his house and discovered the horrible truth under his floor.
Holy
When he
fuck.
confessed, Gacy showed almost no feeling about his crimes.
Real
He claimed
psychopath.
some victims were killed by another personality he called Jack Hanley. At his trial in 1980, Gacy was found guilty of 33 murders and sentenced to death. On
Bro,
May
this nigga really got.
Insanity.
He accused this nigga of murder. This nigga said it wasn't me, and it said a whole. It's a different nigga.
That's
My
how you
other
know
side,
someone's
John.
psychotic. That's how you
Nigga,
know.
imagine I killed like 30 niggas. I'm like, it wasn't me. It's my other half tall. Yo, that shit crazy.
10th, 1994, Gacy was killed
Haha,
by
real
lethal
hand,
injection.
don't play
His
with
last
him.
words were reportedly, "Kiss my ass." Dorothea
Yo, bro, send me-
Puente. On November 11th, 1988, police began digging in the yard of a boarding house in Sacramento, California, and what they
Bro,
found shocked
Raph,
everyone.
you have Snap?
The bodies of 7 elderly and disabled tenants buried beneath the garden where their landlady, Dorothea Puente, grew her roses. Puente, a 59-year-old woman, had been running a boarding house for elderly and mentally disabled people since the 1970s. She acted like a caring person who helped society's unwanted, even getting praise from local
want me to
officials and
message you on?
social workers for taking in
number.
people nobody else would house. Her trick was both simple and terrible. Puente would offer rooms to weak
Raph, I'll
people,
send
and then
this to
she
you
would
right
help
now.
them get social security checks to have the money sent to her address. Once the checks started coming, Puente would put drugs in their food or drinks, wait for them to die from overdoses, and then
Wow.
bury them in her yard, while still cashing their benefit checks for months
Wow.
or years. The search of her property began when social workers became worried about
At
the
least this is the first one where a nigga's catching bodies and shit, and he said, "Nah, not anymore." Oh no, he's talking about Snap. Never mind.
I sent it to you, Raph.
Bro, the thing about her, at least all the other niggas were just doing it for no reason. At least she was finessing, she was killing niggas and taking her benefits to getting money. The other niggas were just doing it for the
Alvaro
love of the
Montoya, a
game.
mentally disabled man who had been
Who's
placed in
that
Puente's care.
terrifying white
When police
man?
questioned Puente,
Well, I
she
watched the
calmly let them
documentary on
search her
this,
property.
actually.
After
Actually,
finding the first
yeah, I watched
body,
the
police
documentary on
left
this-
Puente
on this
alone,
whole
and she
thing.
simply walked away,
There's this-
running to
there's
Los
a series
Angeles,
on
where
Netflix,
someone
and it's
spotted
like
her at a
7
bar, and
episodes,
she was
and each
arrested
episode
days
is a
later.
different,
In total,
serial killer.
9 bodies were found buried on
Wow.
Puente's property. Her victims were between 51 and 78 years old, and most had been
Who is
killed with a
this-
mix of
who's that
sleeping pills and other
terrifying
drugs.
young man?
During her trial, it was
White
shown
man.
that she had stolen over $87,000 from her victims. In 1993, Puente was found guilty of 3 murders and sentenced to life in prison with no chance of release.
You know, she was
claimed
pretending
she
to
was
be old the
innocent
whole
until her
time.
death in 2011 at
She was
age
only, like,
82,
50-something,
saying the
but she
tenants
was
had died
pretending to be
naturally,
like a
and she just
elderly
buried
lady,
them
like
to avoid
a-
paperwork.
like
Dennis
a-
Rader,
like a
the BTK
80-year-old,
killer.
70,
On February
70-something-year-old
25th,
lady.
2005, in Wichita, Kansas, Dennis Rader was caught after killing for 31 years. While acting as a church leader, city worker, and family man, Rader had killed 10 people. He started in January 1974 with the Otero family, which included 2 kids. Rader cut their phone lines, brought ropes, and carried out his plan, which we won't explain in detail for obvious reasons. After killing them, he took items from their home to keep, something he did with all his victims. What made Rader stand out was his need to write letters. In October 1974, he wrote to the local newspaper, taking credit for the Otero deaths, calling himself BTK, which stood for Bind, Torture, Kill. He kept
Holy
sending
fuck,
these scary
bro.
messages for years. Between
Yo,
1974
what
and
do you think
1991,
literally
Rader
did,
killed
like,
6
Bro, the
determines
Yo,
people
WTFF
like
is that
this?
Sorres?
Wait, what do you say?
Bro, what do you think determines a human being to process stuff like that in their brain, bro? Like,
Bro.
I'm gonna commit these atrocities.
Bro, remember how I said?
people.
Remember how I said that like
Fuck.
some niggas? Okay, remember how I said? like you go on TikTok, you'll see a wholesome video. Like, you know them videos where like an army person will come back home. Yo, I appreciate it, Sizzy. Yo, you know how you see one of them wholesome videos of an army nigga coming back home, and he'll see his son, and they'll give them a hug, and that gives you like a warm, wholesome feeling. You feel happy and shit. Though niggas like this, niggas who do shit like this, they don't get feelings from seeing shit like that. They get that feeling and that full fulfillment feeling from doing shit like this, killing niggas and shit.
That's so fucked, bro.
6 more people.
So
He would watch his victims for weeks, learning when they would be alone before he attacked. He then went silent
Okay.
for a long period of time. After
it's-
many years, however, in
After-
2004, Rader started
Really?
writing to the news again when they ran
Appreciate
stories
it.
about his unsolved cases on the 30th anniversary of his first murders. His
30th
need for
year,
attention
bro.
led to his downfall when he sent police a computer disk that had hidden data linking him to his
'cause
church. When he
it's
confessed,
it's a
Rader talked
proven
about his
it's a
victims as
proven
if they
thing
were
that
just tasks to complete.
this, like being a psychopath, it's a genetic thing. Like you have to have the psychopath gene. Like it's a
Mm-hmm.
gene that you have in your brain or like in you that like it could develop.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you are a psychopath. It just means that if you have the gene, like let's say you smoke weed and you have that gene.
You could trigger it.
You could
Yo, listen to
trigger
me. I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't give a fuck if a nigga is bipolar, schizophrenic, whatever the fuck. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. The second a nigga comes around me on some mentally ill shit, you gotta go. I do not fuck with a mentally ill, bro. How the fuck I'm gonna trust a nigga who can't even trust their own mind?
Nah, that's true. That is actually true.
There's
Like,
different. You can have a
severe cases.
you
yeah,
can have a nigga who's depressed. That's chill. You can have a nigga who's like
anxiety.
little anxiety. You have a nigga who literally is bugging out, hitting these ones. Hello, tweet. No, nigga, you have to go, nigga.
Paige said, "What are your pronouns?"
That nigga. Bro, no, but like actually, bro, like imagine. You know what the scariest motherfuckers in the world? You ever go outside and you see a nigga who is like chilling and like you ever the scary shit is them niggas who be outside and they be like tweaking and shit. They be like and tweaking on it. Yo, them niggas
Yeah,
give me the
but
creeps,
but that's
bro.
different. A lot of these people are tweaking off like actual drugs, bro. Like it's a little.
I don't
different.
give a fuck if the bro. I don't give a fuck if the
Yeah,
nigga-
but I'm saying like these are like actual psychosis is caused by drugs. So
I
it's
know,
different.
but you will see these
It's a little
niggas.
different. Obviously, you can't trust them. I'm
Yeah.
not saying like you can trust them.
Bro, what are you doing if you're chilling? You're walking out late night. Nigga hits these ones. And then start hawking you down on all fours, nigga. Nigga,
Nah, it's true. You're running. Obviously, you're gonna run. You're gonna run away.
Nigga, I'm doing that shit in a cartoon where they jump in there, their legs in there.
Nah, yo, in some cases you gotta double down and you gotta match their energy though.
No, nigga.
You gotta match
You
their
don't match
energy, bro. You gotta match their energy. You gotta do it back. Sam does that. See, now we're lying. Now we're lying. I don't do that. Get on all fours is crazy.
Yeah.
Mental health experts found he could switch between being a caring dad and a cold killer without any trouble. After being given 10 life sentences in prison, Rader still lives in
Yo, this nigga got 10 life sentences. Yo, imagine a nigga tell you got 10 life sentences. Yo, the nigga dies. Nigga, bring this nigga back to life and send that nigga back in the cell.
That's crazy, bro. Give him immortality.
Get that nigga Yo, my nigga.
Yeah, that's crazy. 10 life sentences. You're not showing the screen, by the way.
Oh shit, I'm tweaking. Oh shit. Yo, 10 life sentences is actually insane, fam. Like, what is the point? Yo, I seen one nigga, they said, we're charging you one count, you have 100 years. This nigga fainted and shit. They woke him back up on the second count. 50 years, nigga fainted again. They woke him back.
Didn't they say Diddy fainted or like he was crying in like the
Nah.
courtroom at some point?
Nah.
There was like drawing. You know how they draw him in court and shit? There was a drawing of him going like this, like he's like grabbing his head and shit, and he's like stressing the fuck out.
No. I don't remember.
Or was
I
it
watched
R.
the
Kelly?
case. R. Kelly. Oh, R. Kelly was fucking in that bitch too. He said no.
I think it was R.
This
Kelly.
nigga said, nigga tried to say he didn't do no shit.
You know
on
which
radio.
one? You know which one showed no emotion? Bill Cosby, bro.
Yo, that nigga was actually. That's why I'm meant to keep it on it. I think Bill Cosby the worst out of R. Kelly and Diddy.
Why is that? Because he was because they were okay. Yeah, I know why. Because these women were actually willing to have sex with him, but he chose to go out of his way.
Yes. So like
Yeah,
R.
yeah,
Kelly,
yeah.
this nigga's attracted to kids. He's a weirdo. Diddy, he was a weird nigga. He just liked. This nigga's a Cuckosaurus Rex. He just like to sit down and watch the girl get fucked by
And
30
he
niggas.
likes kids.
Yeah. The difference with a nigga like Bill Cosby is Bill Cosby didn't need to do it. Like, it's not like he was attracted to kids or nothing like that. He just regular women. But what this nigga would do, a girl's coming to this nigga's hotel room at 2 a.m. He can go crazy. He's Bill Cosby. He's like the littest nigga, one of the littest niggas in the world at that point in time.
Comedian,
Yeah. No, like in the
He's
world,
an
like
actor,
that.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, bro, this nigga was trying to buy percentages of NBC. Like, bro, he was one of the littest niggas in the world at that time. He could have just went crazy. He went out of his way to drug a shorty and then do some shit. Like, he the type the shorty could get fully naked, be in lingerie on his bed, or just be in lingerie on his bed. This nigga be like,
And
I
then
don't want this.
go out
Drink
of his
this.
way, yeah,
Drink
yeah.
it, and then boom.
He did that to. Didn't he do that to? Like, is that the real I am Sorres? Yes. He went out of his way with how many victims was it? Like,
Yo,
like
it was
18
like-
women came out and said it.
No, nigga,
like,
it was like 60, nigga.
Yo, that's so
Yo.
fucked up. That's actually insanely fucked up, bro. That's so fucked
That
up.
nigga
But
did-
that's actually psychotic though. Like you
That
gotta
nigga-
think about it.
They
Like
said
that's
that nigga
genuine.
did more R words than years he lived on Earth, fam. At that point.
That's insane, bro. That's actually insane.
If you like this video, subscribe for
Alright,
similar
man.
ones.
Alright, y'all. It's my birthday. We finna turn the fuck up. I'm finna sip a little bit. Shout out to Sorres for popping out. Oh, y'all be there in like 20ish? Alright, bet.
Sorry, this shit. All right, W Rap, bro.
W rap.
Can't wait.
Something, baby, I like just how you blushing. And maybe we could bust it at the function. Turn nothing to something. Wish you could just see the horrors of my life, my upbringing.